Catching up here in the post game with second-year head coach Nick Cabell, a 60-43 defeat at the hands of the Tulsa Rebels. Well, Coach, under this new sectional format, you know you're not out of it. You get one more game. We'll travel to Poca this Wednesday night to take on the Dots. The last defeated the Skyhawks by 1. But before we get to that, let's talk a little bit about tonight. I know you're not much lives in the past, so I better ask you now, because when you get on the bus, you'll be thinking totally Poca. What's the one positive thing, Coach, you can take out of this defeat for your young team?
Well, we were down by quite a bit in the fourth quarter. I don't know if it was 16 or 17 at one point, but, you know, our guys battled. They fought. They tried to get back in it. You know, we caused a lot of turnovers, caused a lot of havoc for them, made some buckets. But we just had such a deficit. We were having to foul, and they were making their free throws, and there was no way you can get back in it. But, you know, you can't – with 15 seconds to go in the game, and you got guys still diving on the floor after loose balls being down 10, you know, if you're going to find a positive, that's definitely it.
Well, absolutely. I thought your team played a little more physical than what they did at Mingo Central, but they just wasn't able to sustain it as long. Well, let's talk about Poca. Well, before we go there, I want to ask you one question. The fouls really got cranked up in the second half. Scott had 5 team fouls in the first half, if I'm not mistaken. Tulsa had 6, or it was 6-7. It was a 1 difference. 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Both teams were already in the double bonus. You did get a technical tonight. I know why you were fired up, as far as because you were protecting your team. What was the one thing that you were seeing, Coach, that maybe the rest of us wasn't, as far as the way the game was being called and the flow of the game?
Well, I think the first half, Tulsa definitely set the tone the way that they were going through screens. I mean, their physicality of the first 3 quarters was Tulsa all the way. They were more physical than us. We were playing hard, like we just talked about, but they're just so much stronger, and they used it. You know, we couldn't get an offense because we wouldn't set good screens, and they would just go through them. And that's one of our pieces on fire. You know, Cody talked about in the post game last time. You know, our E is execution, and when you don't execute your offense, and you don't execute every box out and defending every screen, you're probably not going to win. We had some things on the board we wanted to take care of, and out of 9 of them, we took care of about 8. And the one that we did was just to execute on the offensive end. You can't score on average 6 points a quarter, which is what we did through 3. We had 18 points in the third and expect to win. And I blame it solely on execution, which is something that normally we do decent and that Poca does extremely well. So we're just going to have to refocus and make sure we execute a little bit better.
Well, you talk about Poca. We go there this Wednesday night, Coach, 7 o'clock tip-off. I'm sure it's going to be a hostile crowd. You know, you're on the road. But, you know, you're one step from Charleston. This is what you set out. You know, I mean, you've told me since we started talking last year that was your goal, was to get to Charleston. What's it going to take to get that final step, get you over the hump?
Well, we've got to come tomorrow or come back to practice Monday and be ready to work. You know, we're going to break down Poca as much as we can, try to prepare the kids for what we expect them to do. The crowd support in the student section over at Poca is something that you can't simulate. They're going to bring it. We were there last night watching them play Hoover. It's a great atmosphere, a great place to play. I'm really looking forward to it. We're just going to try to refocus and play our game and make sure we execute what we've got to do and continue to play hard. I mean, I can't take anything away from our boys. They played so hard tonight. Even in the first quarter, I was seeing things out of Sigmund some. LaFouche came in and played an extremely well ball game. You know, they were getting after it. They were getting after it like they had a purpose to what they were doing. And we just didn't get very good shots simply because we couldn't get in our offense. So, I don't know. I think it's going to be a fun one. I want to say I'm super happy for Coach Hatfield and the Tulsa team. I think they got a wonderful team. I just hope we get to see them again in Charleston.
Absolutely. It'd be great to put 2 teams in this this section in the state tournament. One last question. We'll let you go get on the bus before they leave you. Is there anything that you want to say to your fans or maybe the students or something? This interview will be going up later to try to get that support out Wednesday.
Yeah, from the team and the coaching staff, we want to thank the fans. They stayed behind us the whole time when we were down 15, down 17. They were behind us, supporting us, cheering for us the entire ball game. We need that again Wednesday night. You don't know how much that means to the boys, how much it means to the coaching staff. I think we've got some of the best fans around. You know, they're on our side no matter what, and I just want to thank them for all the support they've shown us this year.
Absolutely. Coach, thanks, buddy. Go catch the bus, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thank you, John. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. That's second-year head coach Nick Cabell. After suffering a defeat at the 60-43, they will travel this Wednesday night to the Poca Gymnasium to take on, well, the Dots, and led by Noah Frampton and head coach Alan Osborne. Game starts at 7 o'clock. This wraps up the WVSportsNet.com post-game show.